Hello, welcome back again to yet another video on my YouTube channel, and I hope that you have got the topic that we will be covering in this video of today, right? So I hope that you have got the topic, and if you don't, then you are making yourself or myself fool, but I'm not. So the topic that we'll be covering today is why do so many people fail in the job interviews? So recently I got a message on my one of my social platform that Rohit, why is that I'm not able to crack the job interviews? Why is that I'm failing at my job interviews? So I thought to make a separate video for that so that through that question I can answer, I can help others also. So this is the reason I'm creating this video, right? So in this video we'll be talking about why is that so many people fail in the job interviews. So for that I'll be using mind map as usual, right? So I have divided the whole scenario into four different categories, and each category has its subcategories. So without wasting much of your time, let's get started. So the first thing is your attitude, right? And you must have heard of attitude is everything, and literally it is true, right? And let's come to the first point. It is overconfidence. What most of the people have in their mind is that they know everything about the company, their job, and like they know everything. They don't need anyone. Let me just open it all of them, right? So that it will be easy for you to understand and take notes, right? So being overconfident is sometimes very harmful in the job interviews, right? The second reason is being non-authentic, right? Now, authentic means that you are not being yourself, you are not being real, you are trying to be someone else, you are trying to be diplomatic while answering the questions. So don't be a diplomatic person, right? Third one is don't greet. Now I've seen so many people out there while back years, when I used to give interviews, right? That so many people they just go in the interview room and they just sit and just start speaking like a tape recorder, right? So you don't have to be that person. You have to first greet him very humbly. You can say good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or whatever that is, right? But greet them first. Fourth one is playing games. See, you might arrive or maybe late, or maybe you are waiting in the waiting room of the interview, right? So use that time productively. Don't spend that time playing games or like Candy Crush, PUBG, or using social media, Facebook, Instagram, all those things. Use that time productively, right? Because the interviewer are taking like they are taking the eye on you as what you are doing as and how you are using that time productively, right? Fifth one is get angry. Remember, the interviewer might ask you some questions that are not relevant to you for that particular interview, and you might get offensive, right? You might get angry, but the question is just to check your patience level, as how much patience do you have, how much pressure can you handle, right? Last is don't thank you. You don't say thank you at last. So what generally happens is when the interviewer asks you, you can leave for the day, and you are like, okay, I'm going. Don't go that way. Thank them. Be sure that you have had a really great time talking to them, right? That will make a positive impact of your profile altogether, right? So the second one is preparation. Now, preparation here means the job search, the job research, and the job research also consists about the research about the company. It's not just about the preparing your resume and then just going for the interview. The job preparation takes a hell lot of things that you need to prepare for yourself before going appearing for the job interview, right? So the next is requirement and the job description. Now, you should know the requirement that the company is looking for that particular profile. You should go through the job description thoroughly as what are the skills that the company is requiring, and what will be my roles and responsibilities. What are the desired skills, and what are the things that the job description contains, right? Know each and everything, and then do your job research, right? So the next one is appearance and your hygiene. See, you might have heard of this statement that first impression is the, you got it right, last impression, right? So even before talking, having an interaction with the interviewer, what you will be judged on the basis of your appearance as what you have weared, how much good you are looking, how much decent you are looking, right? So choose your attire wisely while preparing for an interview, right? Because you will be judged not not 100%, but at some level you will be judged on the basis of your appearance, right? And it does play a role in scoring your profile, right? So the next one is skills. Now, skills here are listening and communication. Now, you have to understand that communication and language are two different things. Being able to communicate with someone and knowing the language are two different things altogether. Communication simply means that you should be able to express your thoughts, your views, your opinions to someone else. And when, as far as the language is concerned, now in that case, you have to know the language that is being required, that is being asked for that particular profile. It may be German, Chinese, French, like XYZ, any language, right? But you should be able to communicate effectively in your local language. You should be able to express your thoughts. It simply means that, right? So the next one is answering the questions. Now, answering the questions is simply you'll be able to answer the questions when you are listening to the interviewer carefully, right? Because what people do, they just like they have feeded their answers in their mind and they are pre-planned that they just have to speak all those answers in the interview. It doesn't go that way because the interviewer might ask the same question but in a different manner. Then you have to realize as what the interviewer is trying to ask you, is trying to know about you, right? So listen to him or her carefully, right? Next is job match. Now your profile should match the job description, the desired skills. Your profile should match that also, right? Because supposedly if the company is hiring for a Java developer and the company has asked for some certain skills like C, C++, C Sharp, Java, Python, OOPS, like XYZ programming languages or software, then you should know about all of them, right? Because it won't be that way that you don't know anything and you are applying for the profile and you'll be shortlisted. It won't happen. And then you will say that I was rejected by the company, right? So don't do that. Next is questioning. Now you might have heard of the statement that it's not about the right answer, but it's all about the right question that you ask. So at the end of the interview, you must have some certain question that you can ask to the interviewer, right? It will show that you have done some research and you have some certain questions that are relevant to that job, right? Last but not the least in this category is selling. Now, selling is also a skill, and you should know, no matter what, which profile you are going for, you should know how to sell. Now, in job interview, you should know how to sell yourself on the basis of your credibility, on the basis of your skills that you have, that you possess, right? So make sure that you love selling because selling is an art. If you master the art of selling, then you can write your own paycheck. And I literally mean it. You can even have $1 million per month, but you should know how to sell, and it will only be possible if you know how to sell it, right? So let's move forward and let's come to the last category, and the last category is personality. Now, let me show you. The first one is your low energy. Now, it may happen that you are traveling 2 to 3 hours just to reach the venue of the company, right? And you are feeling low in with the energy and you're like, yes, I do that. You don't be a person with low energy because no one likes to work with the person who is low in energy, right? So make sure that you are high with energy, you are enthusiastic, you are willing to do whatever it takes to get the work done, right? Second one is handshake. Now, most of the people, what they do is they don't do handshake, and handshake is just a way to greet someone, right? So you must be doing handshake with your friends, with your colleagues whenever you meet them for the first time, right? So make sure that you handshake with them like a firm handshake. Don't be just like a person that you do with your friends. Like you are not leaving the hand of your friend. Don't do that, right? So a firm handshake will be recommended in anywhere, right? So the next is your punctuality. And being punctual, it simply means and it simply shows that you value your time. You value the time. You know how to use your time effectively and productively. You are making the best use of your time, right? So make sure about it. The fourth one is your body language. Your body language speaks everything about you. Even if you're not talking, your body language will speak. Your facial expressions, your hand movements, your hand gestures will say everything about you, right? So make sure to use your body language effectively. Don't do some random things that are not required, right? So the next one is your irrelevant talks. Now you might came across situations when there will be so many people who will be interviewing for the same profile, right? Now don't talk to them irrelevantly. You can ask about their experiences, their qualifications, like a general introduction you can have, but don't talk like shit at that point of time, right? Don't talk something irrelevant that is not required just to build the connection, right? Don't do that. Later on, you can do that when you are leaving after the job interview. Last one is a leader and a team player. Now, a leader is also a very great team player. He knows and he or she knows that how to get the work done with the help of their team, right? And if you are lacking these two skills, a leader and a team player, then you are obvious that you will be failing in the job interviews. But if you have them, then you are going to succeed in your job interviews, right? Because everyone loves people, everyone loves to work with people who know how to work in team and how to get the work done with the help of team, right? So these are some of the basics of like not basics, these are some of the things will that is the reason why people fill in the job interviews, right? So I hope that you have got so much of insights as why people fail in the job interviews, right? So yeah, that's it for this video. And if you have some certain questions regarding this video or any topic, then you can write them down in the comment section below, and I'll make a separate video for that topic for you, right? So that's it for this video. Let's meet in the next video, and I'm waiting for your comments in the comment section. So wish you all the best. Take care. God bless. Cheers. Bye bye.